The generational conversation today is no longer about birth year. It's about your mindset. How were your team members raised? What were they exposed to? What did they experience during their formative years? Now, I happen to be one of the oldest millennials, but I am very different than the other group of millennials who we call old souls. Now, those folks were raised so differently than I was. They were raised in a much more traditional, typically conservative household or town. And they are now a baby boomer mindset trapped in a millennial body. Do your managers understand that one size no longer fits all? And you can't treat all millennials or all staff the same way if you want to keep the talent that you can't afford to lose.
My name is Cara Silletto, and I work with companies to reduce unnecessary employee turnover. We typically do that by bridging generational gaps within the workforce and making managers at all levels more effective in their roles.
Do not be fooled. Ping pong tables and free snacks are not retention strategies. What's really going on in most organizations today is a web of a blame game. We have senior leaders finally taking notice of retention and all the costs associated with that excessive turnover. They then point to HR saying, "You need to fix this problem," where HR is up to their eyeballs in scheduling issues, office drama, and dealing with leggings. Then, who are they going to blame? They, of course, say, "I bring in great people to this organization. The ones that I interview are wonderful." But then we pass them off to the frontline management. They're the ones scaring away all my great people. They're the ones who are letting their team eat their young. Then the management, of course, throws their hands up and says, "Are you kidding me? Company, you have not given me the tools nor the time to be successful in this job. My plate is overflowing with to-do items for my own productivity. Then I've got all these people to manage, and you're giving me what? A 2 to 3% pay increase that I'm supposed to use as a carrot to keep them longer? That is not working." Does this blame game of finger pointing sound familiar to you at your organization?
I've actually been a professional performer since age 7, and I happen to have received my MBA over 10 years ago. So I have been working with clients to understand the associated costs associated with excessive turnover, and I can package that message in a dynamic way that shifts manager mindsets.
I've got to be honest with you. Most of your younger workforce today doesn't know what loyalty even looks like. We've never seen it. Divorce peaked in the 1980s, so most of us saw our parents split during those formative years. My parents split when I was 12. Then in the 1990s, the internet came into corporate America and caused globalization. They increased the amount of offshoring and outsourcing they were doing, and it caused mass layoffs. Now, my mom is a corporate accountant that always got stellar performance reviews, but she was laid off 3 times before I graduated high school. When you are a 15-year-old girl and your single mom comes walking through the front door with tears and the box, and she's looking for your shoulder to cry on, it gives you a whole different perspective on company loyalty. In fact, my mom told me, "Don't ever depend on a company or a spouse for your livelihood, Cara. You've got to be able to stand on your own 2 feet." That meant that I came into the work world with a completely different perspective on company loyalty.
While many other speakers and trainers focus on all types of HR issues, we focus solely on retention. And for 7 years now, I have spent nothing but time and effort on retention issues, understanding why people leave and how to keep them longer.
Most of the companies that come to us, they realize their management is not what it needs to be and that they need to invest where it matters. They need more management training and development to create more managers that people want to work for, which then creates a place where people want to work.
People who call me are looking for an outside expert to come in and shift the mindsets of their managers. They also need to bridge the widening generational gaps in the office, and ultimately, they're looking to reduce that turnover number that is far too high.
It is critical to figure out why people are leaving at certain times, such as 30, 60, 90-day turnover, versus subject matter experts that are leaving after 3, 5, or maybe 7 years. Once we figure out why they're leaving when, we have to place the appropriate incentives or carrots right along their career path. Something that is valuable to them and something that's going to keep them a little bit longer.
I love Cara's style. She's just captivated me. Great stories, great relevant information. I felt like I was living the same kind of thing. It was great information.
Her topic is so important, and it really opened my mind to think differently about millennials in the workplace and to recognize that it's not a one-size-fits-all thing.
Wow, her expertise is irrefutable. She knows what she's talking about. I could see her taking any company and absolutely helping with retention.
If you want somebody to come in and really capture your group and motivate them and get them enthused about the topic, she's the gal, there's no doubt.
Our clients see greater profitability, greater productivity, better quality, and they become a more sustainable organization for the long term.
The goal is to slow the revolving door, because today, every new hire is a flight risk.